So one thing I hate about myself is how lazy I am at the end of my deadlift sessions. I had SBD on Saturday and I do this every single week. I don't know why I'm moaning about it now. I always leave the bar loaded, so then when I come in here for my next session, I have to start the session by just stripping the bar from the last session. And that's just really annoying because today's session is just bench and then accessories at the gym after. So nice, easy, relaxed, calm session, except I have to unload the deadlift bar first before I even start. I've literally done this for years, like since, well, I say years, for about a year since we set up this home gym. So this is nothing new. I always do it, and I just don't learn, and it annoys me every week. But it's okay. So it is Monday. It is 6:10. Had a really, really productive work day. I'm feeling pretty good. Got loads of sleep over the weekend. Got a good night's sleep last night. Body weight is coming back down. Keeping on top of my stress levels now. Keeping myself in a solid routine. Making sure I prioritise and get through work in like better order, make sure I don't book things in midday when I know I'm not going to have time to do them, etc. Basically just taking a lot more initiative with my time and prioritising things better so that I don't, like I have this habit of just saying yes to everything, need to stop doing that. So feeling really good today, stress levels feel right down, had a really productive client call earlier that was like really good. I had to actually rearrange from last week because I kept having migraines. I had another migraine last week. But I am telling myself I'm not going to have a migraine this week. I'm going to stay on top of food. I'm going to stay on top of sleep. I'm going to stay on top of stress, and all is going to be good. Food-wise, I am actually really happy. Stuck in macros all of last week. I did actually go slightly over yesterday because I was absolutely ravenous in the evening, so I just had a little bit of extra carbs. But I literally had snacked on some fruit, like not going to kill me, right? So yeah, I just had a little bit of extra fruit last night, so I actually went over my carbs by like 20 grams, so not a lot. But I had a new low this morning. I say new low loosely because I've literally had a week of my cut. But I am 87.3, or I was 87.3 this morning, which is actually really good to be there already, because my weight had kind of been sitting high 87s, occasionally low 88s. For the last couple of weeks of my maintenance phase. Last week I started the week at like 89, but that was after a weekend away, so we're not even going to count that. And literally within a day I was back down to like 88.3 or 4, so that was obviously just like retention on the scales. But basically to see 87.3 is a really good spot. Hoping now that the rate of loss will sort of slow a little bit, like as much as I'd love to be like, I'm going to be 86 in the next like 3 weeks. No, 0.25 kilos a week on average is around what I want to be losing. A little bit more is okay, but kind of that. So this is my last week working with Jane, but to be honest, I'm pretty sure my next payment was due on like the 20th, which I think is like Friday. So I'll probably drop her a message in a couple of days and just be like, we might as well just leave it here and just thank her and everything. Obviously, she kept my macros the same this week anyway, because we both agreed that I should drop her a pretty good rate on these macros. But I'm so grateful to her for keeping me accountable over this last few months, because I'm in a really good position. I'm heading into British, so I need to get down to 86 is the goal, and then just doing a cute cut from there is the plan of action. Might sit a little bit closer to my weight class depending on how I'm feeling with the calories and everything that I'm on, but we will see. Any other updates? I don't really think so. Going into a new block, so 3 blocks out, which is 12 weeks out. I am starting my first like proper block with Lewis. So last block was a 3-week, what we call washout block. So it was just kind of strip back fatigue, get used to working together, find like an ideal split up of the week, and we've kind of done that. So now we are heading into 1 block. And this is a triples block, and then it'll be 2 singles blocks into comp, I believe is the plan. But this block will end relatively heavy, so kind of excited for that. They haven't really changed too much, to be honest. Like the overall structure is pretty much the same. My optional accessory day is still in there, so if you watch the previous videos, you know, sorry, I can't get my words out. If you've watched the previous videos, you'll know that he did give me an optional 5th accessory day, but what I actually found worked best was basically just merging those accessories onto my other training days, mostly just putting them at the end of my Tuesday session, which was already a fairly long session because it is my squats and deadlift day, but it's worked really well. And I was saying this to my boyfriend last week, so Tuesday's session is like quite hard. Last block it was high bar squats into conventional deadlifts, RDLs, and then I would go to the gym and do my accessories. And I always find it like a bit of a slog getting through that. And then Tuesdays is normally like quite a stressful work day for me as well. I just don't plan my time very well on a Tuesday. So that was one thing we kind of spoke about, but I actually found last week where I put my accessories at the end of that Tuesday session, even though I trained quite late, got to the gym quite late, was pretty stressed throughout my whole like squats and deadlift session. I felt so good mentally going to the gym to have quite a long list of accessories to get through. I say long, it's like 5 movements. It wasn't a long list at all, but to have like an actual accessory session rather than just 1 or 2 things to add on at the end, mentally just felt really good. And I felt like a bit of an escape, and like, I love my accessories because when I do my SBD movements, something people always think is really weird about me is I can't really wear headphones, and obviously training at home I just have the speaker on, the music I enjoy. But when I go to gyms and stuff as well, like I can't have headphones on, like it just really like, and I just find it really hard to like, for things to feel natural. Like I need to be able to hear what's going on around me, I need to be able to hear my own breathing and just be very zoned into what's going on. So when I wear headphones for SBD, like it just really throws me. So my hair's not really static, this keeps happening to me. So yeah, when I do my accessories though, I like to have my headphones in and just really kind of get focused and in the zone. And it's like, I guess less thought has to go into what I'm doing. I don't even know, like, it's a really hard thing to explain because actually when I do my SBD, I'm not really thinking, I'm just kind of trusting and doing. But yeah, anyway, I really enjoyed having a longer accessory day on a Tuesday basically, and then having a Wednesday as my rest day. I would much rather do that than also go to the gym on a Wednesday and have one less rest day, especially because Tuesday is generally quite a long, busy work day for me, and it ends up being the day that most people book in, whether it's like client calls, inquiry calls, mentorship calls, whatever, they typically just land on Tuesday. Like it's just a day that most people seem to be more free. But I am going to try and be a bit more selective about my scheduling now, and I have this habit of just saying yes to everything that comes into my inbox, which obviously like for current clients, absolutely will still do that within reason of like working hours. But yeah, just basically need to be more strict around my work schedule and stuff, which implementing as of this week. And I'm not making any changes, I'm just going to actually set boundaries more in terms of like my own free time. And I'm going to try and make sure I book in some kind of social event or something to look forward to kind of every week or 2 weeks. I want to say every week, but I know I'm a bit of a hermit, so it's probably every 2 weeks. But even if one of those things is just like taking the dog to the beach for a dog walk with my boyfriend or even on my own, rather than just walking around the woods like we normally do and just doing something a little bit different. But like last Friday, I caught up with a friend that I hadn't seen for ages, and like we literally just met up like 10 minutes from mine, 10 minutes from hers, and just chatted for 2 hours. Like it was lovely. And I just need to do more things like that and just, yeah, make time where I'm not at home, because working from home is so good and I'm so grateful for what I do. But equally, I need to then make the effort to get out of the house and have some downtime out of the house. Otherwise, I just don't really leave apart from to walk the dog. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else to really say. That was a lot of chatter. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Like I feel positive. I'm excited to go into a training block that we're really going to push more. I'm kind of feeling ready to do that. Gonna go to powering through on my week 4, providing that works schedule-wise, which I don't see why it wouldn't. And I'm really excited to do that because I think it'll be a really good environment for me to train in. Heavy squats there. Don't know what I'm gonna load up on my week 4, obviously. Like, I don't even really have an idea of what I want to aim for. But we're pacing well. I think I've got set loads for weeks 1 and 2. We're also now doing, which obviously you guys will see tomorrow, if you've watched my previous few videos or you know like roughly what my split was. Monday is like long pause bench. Tuesday is, or it was high bar squats and conventional deadlifts, where now it's going to be 2 low bar sets and then I think 3 high bar sets, or 2 or 3 high bar sets of squats. So the top sets, the heavier sets are going to be low bar now, but still tempo. And then it's going to be conventional deadlifts after. That's kind of the main change, I think, just adding a little bit more low bar essentially and taking out a little bit of high bar, which I'm very glad for because I don't mind high bar, but I prefer low bar. And then we're just going to cap my Thursday bench a little bit more. So I train Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays. And Thursday is like my priming lighter bench day, which is just more of like a technique focused skill practice day. It's tempo bench, meant to be pretty light. But the last block, every single week, I felt super strong and I stuck to my RPEs. But what we've basically decided to do, or what Lewis has decided to tell me to do, is, sorry, the wind is blowing against the shutter and it's really noisy. We are essentially just going to cap my tempo bench a little bit lower and just pull that back, even if it feels really strong, to then push my primary bench and have that hopefully feeling better on a Saturday. And then also on a Saturday, I've got my primary squats and sumo. This is potentially the last block of sumo deadlifts as well. So we're going to see how they go. We have got a fairly heavy single at the end of the block to work towards. I need to get my positioning perfect and treat it as if I have to prove a point, because I do have to prove a point. And we essentially just want to see how my sumo holds up against like heavier percentages, because so far I've only gone up to 160 and 160 is not heavy for me. So I need to slowly start increasing that now and see how my technique holds up now that the technique's feeling more natural at a higher percentage, because then after this block we are only going to be 8 weeks out of British, so 2 blocks out. So yeah, the goal is also to try and get my body weight down by the end of this block, or as close to 86 I'd rather not, to be honest, get completely down to 86 by the end of this block, because that is quite a quick rate of loss. It's literally 4 weeks and it's over a kilo. I would like to be maybe like 86.3-ish, so basically drop a kilo in total between now and the end of block, but we'll kind of see, because the last week of the block also, I am away for 2 nights. My boyfriend and I are going to see Busted and McFly. But we're going to make a couple nights out of it, and then the day we get back we're also going to the theatre with my parents. We're going to go have dinner with my parents. I've literally got to like drive back from Liverpool and meet my parents at like 4, so it's going to be like, Liverpool's like a 5-hour drive from us, so it's going to be a very long day. And then we're going to go for dinner with my parents, go see Hamilton at the theatre near us. So it's going to be a very busy week, essentially, and food that week probably not going to be amazing. So I say I'd like to get to 86 by the end of this block, or like 86.3-ish, but to be honest, 86.5, whatever, like I want to be close to 86, so I don't really have to be in a deficit or much of a deficit into British, into that final 8 weeks of training. But we will see, because I think week 1 of next block also lands on my birthday, and I like to eat. I like to have food, especially on my birthday. I didn't really get to celebrate my birthday properly last year because we were travelling home from South Africa on my birthday. And we didn't really think to do anything for my birthday while we were over there. Not that we would have done much, but anyway, this is unnecessary information. I'm going to crack on and get this session done.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute. Work hard for the car, so that's why it's all tinted. Wait a minute. Had a real late night, woke up with my head spinning out in Nashville. It's been mad real. I need sunglasses, I need Advil. I like fake boobs and my cash real. I like first place, you're in last still. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
Look, pocket rocket in my pocket, please don't make me pop it. All these boys just wanna copy the style, tell them niggas stop it. Whoa, this my destiny, feeling like Latoya.
So very, very quick recap. Bench didn't feel incredible. Quite a lot of fatigue kind of in my mid-back, guessing just from like heavier lifts the weekend. So not the best bench has ever felt, but it wasn't terrible. Stuck with the RPEs, did what I need to, found myself fatiguing quite quickly on last and sevens, just like my triceps started to burn out quite quickly and stuff. So I capped it at 82. I was hoping to go to 85 for my final 2 sets. So I had ascending sets of 7, RP 4, 5, and then 2 sets at RP 6 at the same load. So I did 75, 80, 2 sets at 82. But not too bad. Looking forward to going to the gym now and just getting my accessories done. Okay, so once again, it is Tuesday. It is my longest session of the week and I'm not starting until 20 past 6. But it is week 1, so hopefully I can get through things pretty quickly. I've got my really long accessory session to do after as well, and I have to walk Zuko in between the 2. It's going to be a late one, but it's all okay. So it's just been a really busy day, but I've literally said this like 3 weeks in a row. I am prioritising as of next week. I will be finishing work by 3 p.m. on a Tuesday, not booking in calls after 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. I can literally have them any other day of the week. And then I will be making sure I start my training by 3, half 3 on a Tuesday. And then we go do my accessory sessions. My boyfriend comes with me pretty much as soon as he gets home from work. And then we won't be in a rush on a Tuesday. I've already heard back from Lewis on my bench from yesterday, so my bench earlier in this video. Basically, main thing to work on is my internal rotation. My left side has more internal rotation than my right side, which is why my right side often looks higher, and I tend to tuck more on my right side. So he's just given me some videos. He sent me a video with some drills in. I haven't actually looked at that yet, but I'm not benching today, so it's not a big deal. But just thought I'd kind of share some of the feedback on here. But that is something I kind of knew, and I said to him before about my right side, like that's the side that gets a lot of numbness, that's the side that I have kind of the most issues with from my car accident a few years ago as well, and I think it all just kind of plays into each other. So yeah, but got some movements and stuff to work on to try and help that in terms of my benching. Yeah, it's been a busy day, been kind of running all over the place this afternoon, not even like work stuff to be fair. I had to go to the doctor's to pick up a prescription that literally the last 3 times I've gone to pick up, it's not been ready, so just for context, I have the depot injection every 3 months. It's like my form of contraception, and it just really helps control my hormones and everything. And I switched to the Sayana press just after I went to South Africa last year because it was getting to the point where I was just struggling to find time to go to the doctors to get my injection on the days that it was due, because it's every 12 weeks. It can be within a few days of that, but the nurse was like, oh, why don't you do the Sayana press? Because then you can go pick it up and you can just inject it yourself on the day that it's due, or like around your travel, and it's just a little bit easy. You can just have it at home, pick up like early, whatever. And yeah, the last 3 times I've picked it up, I haven't actually been able to get it. Well, I have, but I've had to wait around for like 20 minutes, which did not have time for today, because they haven't got my prescription ready when I ordered it. This time I ordered it 2 weeks in advance this time, so that's not ideal, but I'm not going to complain too much because I've got it all sorted. It's not the end of the world. I then had to pop to my mum's to pick up a couple of spare harnesses for Zuko, because she basically gave us this halsey harness that goes around his nose to stop him from pulling so much, and it's been working great, but it did snap. But it was like secondhand, and it was not in the greatest of conditions because the dog that we had it on before pulled like crazy. So Zuko's been walking really well on it. It's been really good, but it did snap on his walk the other day, so I went and picked up the other 2 that she's still got from 2 of our other dogs that we had. So gonna basically have to go there, pick those up. She then rang me while I was there because they're on holiday at the moment, so had a little chat with them, and then just had to like rush home. Yeah, and I didn't finish work until like 4, so that's why it's now 20 past 6 and I'm only now starting my session. But all good. I'm feeling pretty good today. Food's been really good today. Just kind of wanting to get the session started and done, so I'm not going to talk too much more. I'm just going to crack on. I'll obviously let you guys know if there's anything worth chatting through, but it's all relatively light. I've got low bar triples, and then I've got high bar 6s, I believe, and then deadlift I've got cluster doubles, I believe, so basically just reset double, 2 reset doubles, and then I think I've got a set of 5 and then a lighter set of 5, so nothing crazy. Then 3x10 RDLs, ascending RPE, only up to like an RP6, so everything is pretty sub-max, pretty comfortable. And then go to the gym and do my long list of accessories, but that is all good because I know when I'll enjoy it. And yeah, a little dog walk in between the 2.
We've said our goodbyes, but we won't go home just yet. You've got your head down, just like when we first met. I can't believe it's ending. Why did we fuck it up? So stupid and upsetting. How can I give you up? We've said our goodbyes, but we won't go home just yet. Let's stay here in this moment, pretend that we're not broken, and kiss me like you used to do before it all went down. Cause when the moon is falling, our love will turn to nothing. So kiss me like you used to do before it all went down. Give me this one night, hold me one last time, kiss me like you used to do before it all went down. Give me your love now, before it runs out, and kiss me like you used to do before it all went down. It wasn't easy, but somehow you fell for me. I was your baby, and you were my clarity. I can't believe it's ending. Why did we fuck it up? So stupid and upsetting. How can I give you up? It won't be easy, but say you'll remember me.
Okay, so just very quick, I've got one more set to do of RDLs and then I am done, but session will be complete in an hour pretty much on the dot. Very happy with that. Squats felt really, really good. Tempo on my 140 set wasn't quite as strict as I wanted to be, but tempo for my low bar feels really awkward the first couple weeks of doing it, so not too concerned. We'll just be stricter next week and it'll get better each week, I think. High bar felt crazy easy. I mean, it was only 110, but like crazy easy. Sorry, I'm so out of breath. Deadlifts felt decent. Nothing to really say on those as well. And then now doing RDLs, haven't filmed those because I'm just trying to get through them so we can get the dog walk done and get to the gym before it's like super late. But happy with the session, feeling pretty good. Elbows feeling pretty dodgy. I was doing dumbbell chest press last week, or it might have been a shoulder press, I'm not sure, can't remember. But I've had elbow tendonitis for months, well, years. Like it's been a problem for a while, but it starts to get pretty much better. The first block Lewis had tricep push down in the program, but it made it worse again, so we changed that for a kickback. But already it started to feel a little bit worse, particularly my left. And then last week I was sat with like the dumbbells on my lap, and I can't remember what happened. I don't know if someone walked past me or what, but essentially I had like a 26 kilo dumbbell, and like my arm twisted out, and my elbow was so painful. It's been really bad ever since. And I really noticed it last night's training, and then I'm noticing it again today after squats, but Lewis has just said to basically just take out any accessories that irritate it and just kind of relax it for this week, and hopefully it'll be good to go from next week. That's probably the only update though. Feeling good, nothing else to really say. Gonna wrap the video up here, and I'll see you guys in a few days for the next one.